Okay, in this episode of Stupid, no, that's not right. Cinematography at its best. I can't see your face with the hat on. It's really okay though. Okay, in this episode, it's Monday afternoon. I don't care what time it is. It's after 2:30 though, I think. I'm leaving the bus behind. We're going to go exploring just a little bit because things have changed since the first time I tried this. Basically what we got right there, directly across from the bus, is a small peak. This is a ridgeline. I'm going to say it's like a secondary ridgeline because there's another ridgeline on the other side of it, and I think possibly one more beyond that before we get to the freeway. Okay, so what's the purpose of this? One, I just want to get some video from up on top, just because. Two, I want to kind of get an idea how far it is. And I've got my GPS in one pocket and my cell phone in the other. The GPS will let me mark that peak. I want to know, could I get a cell phone booster up there and get reception? Okay. If I can, I could then probably set up a repeater of some sort and beam cell phone down to the bus. There's the school bus. Alright, we're going this way. So at some point somebody took the time to grade this road. I don't know if it's ranchers, firefighters, maybe like a forestry road, something to give you quick access. Okay, this looks like the end of the road. Again, we've only gone a few yards since the last one, but holy cow. What could I do with something like that? That's more than 3 feet across and probably 2 feet high. And its brother and its other brother. We could call those Daryl. From here it gets a little more difficult walking probably. Bunch of loose rock like that just right on the surface though. Two years ago in July, so almost exactly 2 years ago, I did the same walk, but I don't think I realized this trail was here. So I went cross country over there, and also I think I was more on top of this ridgeline here and followed that up. Big massive rock. It's got fracture lines. Water gets in, it freezes. Wedge effect. Rock breaks up. Pretty soon, big monster rock. There's smaller rocks, just like this. You can see that would have been one big rock, and eventually it breaks down. Good rain comes along, starts washing the smaller pieces down into the valley. And suddenly my property is covered with nice little size rocks. See, that could roll. Let's see, what else? Looking for rattlesnakes, scorpions, vicious rabbits willing to chew my face off. You know, any of that kind of stuff. I'm going to say 8 feet across, 6 feet deep. Alright, we can get around this side. Go up and over and around. I'm going to follow this line here. Oops, finger. Follow that up and try to go back this way. My goal is this peak. Random observation, this rock looks more reddish up here. Like that, definitely red. Don't see any of the black rock up here. This is more uniform color. See, if I had something like that on my property, I'd be just giddy. Outcropping, I think, would be the word for this. It's a nice shot of the property. Yeah, I'm breathing pretty good. This is kind of a cool rock here. Outcropping. Get to the side. A little overhang. The one above it's kind of the same. There's the peak. At least what I can see of it. Now check this out. Holy cow. Find a spot to stand so I don't fall in the hole. Picked a good day for a climb. It's cloudy. Makes it a little easier on me. Now, this is why I wanted to come up here. Aside from the view, which is pretty freaking cool. There's a Jeep trail over there. There's a second valley here. So the fence line, let's see, it runs towards that. So it pretty much is right there to there. And there's a couple trails there. And it looks like definitely a road there. Because I want to see, one, I want to GPS mark the top, which I should be able to figure out the elevation then. And I know that's line of sight down to the bus. So then the question would be, is that peak line of sight to any cell phone towers? Solid, yep. There he goes. Sorry about that. Probably interrupted his nap. I would think you would expect rocks to be more uniform. Oh, look at that, that's kind of an algae. Okay, this is a solid rock outcropping. I'm standing on the base of it, and it's above me. So probably 10 feet high, 20 to 30 feet of exposed rock. One, check out these fissures, where that's about to break loose there. So, be aware of that. Don't go stepping on it. But look, you got trees and a cactus growing right out of the rock. Another little bonsai tree there. It just doesn't seem right. Now that, don't step on that either. Let's see if we can pop up here real quick though. These boots have pretty good traction. Not too bad for Walmart work boots. Yeah, okay, we're up on top of this. Yeah, check this out. Frickin' cactus growing right in the wedge of a rock, and it's not, there isn't dirt for 10 feet. How did they do that? Okay, so I am almost straight in line with that road that I was walking on. And the bus is about here. Thereabouts. This is an awesome view up here. Alright, we're almost to the top. If I don't biff it, we should be fine. Those are some cool looking rocks. Let's go check those out. Okay, if we start up here, there's a nice tree. Check out this rock here. I've got 2 or 3 colors of like moss or algae growing. That is a neon green right there. And then next to it, kind of a faded green. Oh yeah, and thunder. Perfect. This has got nice shades of red in it, and then to black almost. Interesting contrast in shades. Just kind of struck me, I think those are aloe vera plants up here. And I don't recall ever seeing it down on the valley floor. I just love the coloring of some of these. Like this. Okay, so here's the question. Alright. We are about at the peak. Look at how much small gravel is up here. I mean, that's just been flaking off for freaking years. Smaller version of the same. Yeah, that's definitely a storm coming. Perfect. Oh wow. You can get a really good idea of the topography from up here. Okay, yeah, like look at this. That rock is just perched up on top. Like somebody put it there. All of these are. This is just a rubble pile up here. Which basically means as the hillside eroded and the rock fissured, I think that's a word, it just kind of like, what's that? That game where you pull the blocks out one at a time until it falls, but you know, like it'll drop a little bit, probably like Tetris almost. You know, whatever just stays perched up here. This is just a rubble pile sitting here. That's crazy. Very cool though. Okay, so school bus, center frame, west. North. Change my grip. Oh, look at the detail on this hill over here. Hope that shows up. Okay, this is about east. Oh man, a bird's just buzzing right by me here. Of course, just behind the camera. Okay, this is about east. Another bird there, center frame, a little bit high. And south about there. That road in center frame there probably runs due north to south. And there's probably a car driving down there a ways. I think that's probably the county road. There's a dust cloud down there. And then firm up my footing again. little red place. Let's see, there's a clearing right below the V. So there's a little red place there, and then there's a clearing in here somewhere. And next to the clearing is my access road. So at some point somebody cleared a lot there and then hasn't built on it yet. And school bus center frame again. You can see darker green sections from up here. That's where the water would be running. There's definitely visible dark green sections. That's got to be creek beds, runoff. And they all kind of go that direction. The tower that I'm thinking of will be straight in line with here, but then around the corner. So this ridge line covers me from the highway. I think that's the last ridge line and then the highway though. Okay, cell phone coming up, coming up, coming up. Quickly, quickly. I would have been right ticked off with myself if I would have got down there and realized I didn't take the phone out. Android. Okay. Sure not in airplane mode. I'm gonna say no signal up here. I don't think the screen is visible, but I got no signal and it just started. Wind is seriously kicking up. So we're gonna get down quickly. Next time I get internet, it'll be interesting to see, transfer these GPS points and see how far I am away. Okay, camera goes off, get down. Okay, 1, we're off the peak. 2, we're back to the fence line, so from here I know the way down as far as kind of what the area looks like. And 3, we've got near continuous thunder and it's raining. Yeah, so things are going to get a little more interesting. Yeah, that's thunder, it's not airplanes. It seems like my purpose in life is to go find interesting ways to kill myself and then get video of almost happening. Okay. I'm off the worst of the climb. Yeah, that's the sound of rain. From here on, it's going to be a quick walk out. Quite refreshing, you know. Hail would be interesting. I'll let you know if we get any of that. I'm below the peak, so with any luck I should be relatively safe from lightning now. Hopefully not famous last words. Sure glad I wore my floppy hat. Okay, now we're kind of on the road again. Okay, I just got back from my hike. I've already got saturation on the ground out here. I was a few hundred yards away from the access road where I crossed the gate right off here on the corner of my property, and I could see the ground change where it gets wet. It was already starting to saturate, and just in the amount of time it took me the last 100 yards or so, I've got now standing water and soon to be running water. Let's see, what do I want to do? I'm definitely keeping an eye on my build site. I think I'm gonna grab a jacket, change shirts. I am just, okay, here. Camera's wet, I am soaked. Most of it was hitting behind me. I might have been getting a little bit of hail. I could feel hits, but I could never see it. Yeah, there's hail. It's on the window. I think that's melting. That may or may not be showing up, but there's little bits of sleet sticking to the windshield. Alright, that'll work for now. I'm going to change shirts, put a sweatshirt on and a jacket. What I want to do is walk around on the future build site and see how that's faring. Because it looks like it's higher level there. So that seems like a good thing. Just drip dry that, grab my towel. It cooled right off once it started raining. I am so glad I got to the top when I did and was ready to come down, because about the time I hit the peak, I mean just literally right then, you could feel the air change, you could smell the rain. It's a definite, you definitely feel it just before it's going to rain, you feel it. And the wind changed, it kicked up real quick. It wasn't really windy before. It just all of a sudden I got the wind coming up and I'm like, okay, time to leave. So, I broke protocol. I did bring a couple rocks back for the trip. Since my boots are dirty anyway, my pants are wet, now is a good time to go for a little walk. Let's see, what do I got for a waterproof jacket that's close by? I guess the motorcycle jacket will do. This will work. Got my old work jacket. I think the rain is slowing down, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so like we suspected before, old build site, very wet. Standing water running. I'll check my improvised rain gauge here in a little bit. Future rain, the new current build site. Okay, water running there. The tracks where I've gone back and forth a bunch of time, which kind of packed down. Standing water, which would make sense because there was that much rain. We'll have to work on drainage, but I don't think rain is running this direction, it's just standing here. Okay. Oh, my chair blew over. My chair has had the worst luck. I'm trying to... I would like for this to get rinsed off. I don't know if we'll get that lucky or not. But this chair was under the bus the last time it flooded, and it was just packed full of dirt. Okay, rock garden itself is pretty dry. Oh, now that we got rain, the millipedes are out again. A few more in the cactus. Oh man, they're all over the cactus. That's cool. Because the last time it rained, they came out for a few days, and then I started seeing them die. So I'm not sure what that means exactly, but that'll be something to look for when it rains. So I don't know. Reason I'm mucking around out here right now, just in case I can hear the audio on this. I didn't look at this area after the last rain. So I want to get an idea, what would I need to do to get drainage away from here, if anything. Because this, to me, it feels like a high point compared to the bus, even. Because I was up there. On the wide angle lens it doesn't look very big, but it's up there. So, good, we survived the descent. I got a little bit of real world information about what my water situation is going to be here. I'd love to run around with a shovel right now. Okay, there's the rainstorm there. It's passed in that direction. The one shot I wanted to get, but I didn't want to get the camera, but oh wow, check this out. Look at all the, I'm going to say millipedes still coming out of that hole, I think. So I wonder if those are new ones or ones survived from the last time. Okay, that was a flash. Maybe I won't run around with the metal shovel right now. Wait, it's got a composite handle. It's totally okay. Boom! Oh yeah. 4 or 5 seconds away, I think. Half a mile. 7 seconds to a mile. Anybody remember? Should be a test question. Gravel isn't washing away. That's good. My rocks are getting clean. That was kind of my thought. I was like, man, it'd be nice if the rain would wash all the dirt off the rocks. Some of that has got just silt and gravel in there, right? So with any luck, a little bit of water will wash that away. Get some standing water on the tarp. So this was one of the ideas. Dig a hole and put the tarp in the bottom of the hole and then put rocks around the edge, and then the water should taper to the middle. Okay, this is my rain gauge for now. Probably ½ an inch so far. Another puddle. Oh man, these ants are going crazy right now. There's 2 ant holes side by side, and they're either taking water out or they're digging flood control. Alright, cool. Water on my glasses. A little bit tired, quite happy that it's not flooding right now. I was a little concerned about that. Let's hope it stays that way. Lots of blue sky until about there. The storm is about 180 degrees of the sky. It's raining to the south now. And it appears to be moving to the south. Okay, the ground is, you can see it's wet, but there's no standing water at all here. Let's check these out real quick. I haven't seen those before. I think those just popped. So it's a whole different kind of flower again. Okay, so that's probably a bud right there. Cool. Kind of a yellowish white. Life is everywhere. Yeah, the thorns, they're popping everywhere. Cool. Anyway, easily distracted here.